Okay, so Hifsa Ashraf lives in Rawalpindi, Pakistan. She is one of the finalists for the Sable Books Contest 2020 for women and an award-winning poet and a story writer. She is an editor and a founder of a bilingual online magazine, Sawan Rut, that is for the promotion of the short forms of creative writing. She is also an editor of the Haiku Commentary blog. She writes poetry in English, Urdu, and Punjabi. Her first individual chapbook about workplace Islamophobia is Working with Demons by Proletaria Publishing in Singapore. Her first collaborative chapbook with Alan Summers is The Comfort of Crows by Velvet Dusk Publishing USA. Her two books about women issues, Her Fading Henna Tattoo and Running After Shadows by Humankind Publishing Press USA, are available on Amazon. You can visit her blog to view her published work, hifsays.blogspot.com, or follow her on Twitter at hifsays. And the floor is yours.
And you're recording?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just share the slides. If I have no idea whether you can see it. Guys, can you see it now?
Yes.
Everybody
yes.
can see it, the slides? Okay. Is it clear? Can you read it? Can you see it?
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, hi everybody. Thank you very much, Sean and Nick Virgilio Haiku Association, and everybody who is today here to listen to me. And thank you very much, everybody, for your time. I'm honored and privileged to be here. And today I'm going to share, I have written a lot, maybe I could not count my poems, but I think it's around 1,000 or maybe more than 1,000. But I'm sharing only specific work that is from my books, from my 4 books. And before that, I want to share with you that I'm not a very old haiku poet. I'm still a learner. I'm still a beginner. I started writing haiku back in 2017. But I think it's a very short time period, but it's a very deep time period. So I've written a lot, and my work that has been published more than 70 international journals, magazines, books, anthologies. And I'm the only female Pakistani whose work has been published at this level. So this is a great honor for me. And today I'm sharing, first of all, I'm sharing my 2 books that are right now on Amazon. And they are about women issues. And one of them, which is Her Fading Henna Tattoo, it is shortlisted for Touchstone Distinguished Book Award. And I hope, like, I have no idea whether I'll win it or not, but I think I have good hopes for it. I have positive vibes about it. So Her Fading Henna Tattoo, it's a collection basically about domestic violence against women. And I want to share a little bit background of this book. Domestic violence is it's not a new topic. Like everybody, they have just read a lot about it, and maybe people have shared a lot of information about it. My point here is like in Pakistan, violence is taken as a very normal thing because we are living in a patriarchal setup. So it's very normal, like you have violence and women have violence. They take it as a normal thing. They take it as a family rituals. They take it as their fate. They take it as their adjustment. So they are not aware of this violence. So I try to project their stories, and every single haiku in this book is a real story. Like every haiku is a story in this book. So I try to identify all those aspects of domestic violence through this book. You can purchase a copy on Amazon because the money will go to charities who are working in Pakistan in remote areas, and they are working for women's rights and legal issues that women face due to this domestic violence. So I'm going to read it, and basically this book is published by Humankind Press and edited by Robin Smith and Shloka Shankar. So first haiku, and I will read 2 times the English version because it is bilingual, and I will read in Urdu as well. I know you cannot understand Urdu, but I think you can feel the rhythm, or maybe you can feel the words. So I have no idea, but I will just try to make it loud and clear so that you can understand it, maybe a little bit. So first poem from this book is Cocooned in Family Rituals, Her Free Will. Cocooned in family rituals, her free will. उसकी आज़ाद मर्जी खानदानी रसूमात के अब्रेशम के खिलाफ में. So this is one poem. If you just see that it's her free will, she has no free will when it's patriarchy. She is not allowed to think about herself. She is not involved in decision making, and she is not included in family matters and all that. So I just try to make all these poems around domestic violence and various aspects of it. And second poem from this book is Patriarchal Shadow, Overstepping My Double Helix. Patriarchal Shadow, Overstepping My Double Helix. सरप्रस्ती का साया मेरी मरगूला नुमा जीनियात की हद तोड़ते हुए. So this is another aspect. If you just see that it is well embedded in psyche, and it pass on from generation to generation. So this is another aspect just that I try to project through this monoku. And then I have another aspect that is the real one, and it's basically about the share of women in property, in inherited property. They are not given their share. Recently, a bill has been passed in Pakistani parliament, and they allowed women, and they asked the legislators to make certain bills around where women are given their share in inherited property. So if you just see from one protector to another inherited property, like the protector is the one who owns it, protector is the one who keeps the share of a woman in his family, because it gives him a power, it gives him a sense of power. Maybe he feels privileged in the family. So this is another aspect that I try to project through this poem, and I'm going to read it in Urdu. एक सरपरस्त से दूसरे तक मोरूसी इमलाक. So basically from one protector to another, inherited property, it passes on from generation to generation. So here it's not only about property, it's about all family rituals, it's all about taboos, it's all about perceptions, it's all about things that should not pass on, but they pass on. And people and women also take it very normal because they are not conscious about various aspects of or various manifestations of violence. So there is another view of this domestic violence. Blind, this is my favorite. Blind spot, he finds the moon, a mere dot. Blind spot, he finds the moon, a mere dot. तारीक मुकाम, उसे महताब महज एक नुक्ता नजर आते हैं. So you can see that here, I mean, no value, no worth at home, and you can see that it's just a relationship that has no essence, that has no reality, in fact. So this is another way. Okay, so this one is about physical violence, and the arc of his fist. The arc of his fist. Thunderbolt. And if you can imagine the arc and then thunderbolt, and I try to relate it and compare and contrast both things. And it's in Urdu, उसे उसके घूंसे की कमान Bijli ka kadka. So you can see the arc of his fist, thunderbolt. So it's more physical and more obvious in this haiku. And then this one is, I think I've shared it many times on Twitter and Facebook, and every time when I share it, people just appreciate it and they like it very much. It's another dilemma in our society that baby girl, I mean, the birth of a girl, it is not considered as a good, it is not taken as a blessing. So a woman is blamed for the birth of a baby girl. She is blamed and she has to face all the consequences. So his tight fists after the news of another baby girl. His tight fists after the news of another baby girl. उसकी भींची हुई मुट्ठियां इस खबर के बाद कि एक और बच्चे की पैदाइश. So you can see that here, like she is the one who takes all blame. She is the one who is responsible for baby girl. It is considered that. Like in patriarchy, she is the one who is responsible. She is the one who has to face all the issues related to it. And then there's the second book that is also on Amazon. And again, I will request again to everybody to purchase a copy so that we can give money to charities who are working for women's rights. And this is also published by Humankind Press and edited by Robin Smith and Shloka Shankar. And it's basically the collection is about destigmatizing mental health issues. Like, I know that mental health issue is a very sensitive topic. Like people, they hesitate to talk about their personal feelings or maybe their personal issues. But again, when we come into this patriarchy setup, our patriarchal setup, I've seen that women, they hesitate to talk about their mental health issues because they feel that they will be treated differently. If they share their mental health issues or illness, they will be treated differently. Or maybe they are not included in many family matters, or maybe they are worthless, or maybe they are declared insane or crazy. So I try to project certain common mental health issues through this book so that they can express and they come forward and express their feelings, and they can share it maybe at the right forum. So I'm just going to read a few haiku from this book, and the first one is Migraine, the far side of a full moon. Migraine, a migraine, the far side of a full moon. Darde shakika, pure chand ka tarikh pehlu. And this migraine is considered as a very common illness, and I've seen that women, they just take a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a cup of green tea, and they think, okay, it's over now, and they don't take it serious. It's very common, migraine. And again, it's also linked with domestic violence. Okay, so the second one, the second haiku from this book is Anxieties, Seeing Through the River Fog. Anxieties, Seeing Through the River Fog. Istirab, जैसे दरिया की धुन से पार देखना. So again, metaphor, the river fog, and I try to link it with anxieties, and I hope you can also relate it to anybody who is facing certain issues, because anxiety is very common and everybody, they pass through once in their lives. And next haiku is monochrome rain seeping into the soil, acute stress. Monochrome rain seeping into the soil, acute stress. Yak rangi barish, मट्टी में सराहियत करती हुई शदीद ज़हनी दबाव. So again, I try to link acute stress with monochrome rain. So it's another aspect. And then this one, it's not very common in women, but I have seen certain cases. and women who face domestic violence and women who face mental health issues. They end up in this mental health issue. Schizophrenia, chasing butterfly trails into the woods. Schizophrenia, chasing butterfly trails into the woods. And we call schizophrenia in Urdu schizophrenia. And it's schizophrenia, titli ke raste ki khoj jungle mein. So this is another aspect that I try to mention through it. And then this is related to eating disorder and another common issue, binge eating, long strains of spaghetti lost in my thoughts. Binge eating, long strings of spaghetti lost in my thoughts. खाने की नाकाबिले बर्दाश्त ख्वाहिश, स्पैगेटी के लंबे लच्छे, ख्यालात की गहराई में. So this is another aspect about that is eating disorder, also linked with violence, maybe suppressed feelings, or maybe trauma that happens with women. And then another haiku that I shared, and this is basically last in that book, brain fog, running after shadows. Brain fog, running after shadows. So दिमाग की धुन में परछाइयों के पीछे भागते हुए. So this is another aspect. So I try to figure out, and there are many more that I compiled in this book, and very common mental health issues. And if you just purchase a copy, you may like it. And I'm looking forward to reading your reviews and feedback on these two books, because these two books are currently on Amazon. And I will share the links in the end. And this one is basically Working with Demons, another book. It's a mini chap book with only 15 haiku. And I did not personally face Islamophobia, but there are many in my surrounding, especially my friends who live in abroad, they face it on daily basis. And so I heard a few stories, so I thought I should just write about this issue. So it's Working with Demons, Workplace Islamophobia. It was published by Proletariat Organization and edited by Ilan Charan. So basically it's about, and I'm working on workplace, and I'm working on another book that is also linked with Islamophobia. So hope it will be out soon. And the first haiku from this Working with Demons, first haiku, glass ceiling. She uses an acronym for her name. Glass ceiling. She uses an acronym for her name because the name is Arabic, the name is Muslim, so she faces issue. And this is basically a real story. So second is basically, again, job orientation, the lingering cold after handshakes. Job orientation, the lingering cold after handshakes. So again, another aspect. And then explosion, outside the office, clouds their thoughts. Explosion, outside the office, clouds their thoughts. And then another, this is about interview, digging out my roots, job promotion interview. Digging out my roots, job promotion interview. And this is my favorite, and I hope you can just relate it with the constellation. Not a single constellation, not a single constellation, peer review. And basically, these are all about the workplace Islamophobia. And the last one is lunchtime, pushing her Muslimness into the corner. Lunchtime, pushing her Muslimness into the corner. And now the last book that basically it's the first book that I've written in collaboration with Alan Summers, and he's a great mentor and teacher. We have just, I think, it took us 1.5 years to compile this book. And basically here we have just tried to share different aspects and symbolism of crows in different culture, try to relate them with our lives, because crows, they are considered as our guardians and they clean up our mess and all that. So we try to make it in that context. We tried all these, try to write these haiku. And it is published by Velvet Dusk Publishing, Tracy Villa, she is the editor. And the first haiku, this is written by me. Raven shadow, all I have to surrender. Raven shadow, all I have to surrender. And this one is from Alan Summers. Dark news, the comfort of crows. Dark news, the comfort of crows. Another aspect, and this one is again from me, it's basically about social media, fake news, conspiracy theories. So I try to project all these things in this monoku. Crows cawing in the forest. Crows cawing in the forest. 5th generation warfare. So this is again about social media, 5th generation warfare, and I try to link them this with the crows cawing in the forest. And then another haiku from by Alan Summers, and it's 5th kind encounter. Humans replace crows as an idiom of murder. 5th kind encounter. Humans replace crows as an idiom of murder. I mean, the murder of crows, if you can just remember that famous idiom. So it's by Alan Summers, a great haiku. And this one is, again, it's by me. An hour of silence, 2 tides paint the Stygian horizon. An hour of silence, 2 tides paint the Stygian horizon. So this is another one. And then Alan Summers, he talks about jackdaws, and jackdaws in snow, thumbing through all our dreams. Jackdaws in snow, thumbing through all our dreams. And I can imagine it has a great imagery. And that's it from my 4 books. And I want to share a few more haiku from another topic that is close to my heart. It's about refugees, because there are many refugees who came to Pakistan from Afghanistan. So I personally met them. I have a great observation and I listen to their stories. So great experiences with them. Some of them, they are very heart-wrenching, and I listen to their miseries and their issues and their difficulties they faced during this war in Afghanistan. So I try to write, but basically I often write about it, and I'm known for it because I write more about social issues and socio-political issues. And this issue is on top of my list. And my upcoming book is about refugees and Kashmir issue. And basically this, it's premature to talk about the publishing press and the editor, but my manuscript, it has been accepted. So I hope that when this book is out and the Kashmir book is out, Sean will invite me again to read from these 2 books. But I'm just sharing 3 to 4 haiku about refugee children, because refugee children are the ones who suffer the most. And they face a lot of issues because of this migration. And so I'm sharing a few haiku. These are about children. Foreign land. A refugee child owns the sand castle. And basically it won first place in Haiga Kukai 2020 seasonal by Australian Haiku Society. And I'm going to read it again and you can read it, it's very deep. Foreign land, a refugee child owns the sand castle. And then again, refugee child, parched, this is my favorite, and parched land. A refugee child jumps from patch to patch. And it is published by Asai Haikuist Network. Parched land. A refugee child jumps from patch to patch. And then another one from Poetry P. Rumbling louder than the evening storm, a refugee's belly. Rumbling louder than the evening storm, a refugee's belly. And then we have another from Acorn, and it's Rain Puddle. A refugee child stirs the cold moon. Rain puddle. A refugee child stirs the cold moon. And the last one is from Hedgerow. Peace negotiations. A refugee child collects the bullet shells. Peace negotiations. A refugee child collects the bullet shells. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions related to these topics or themes, you can ask. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
And I hope you got my Asian English accent.
Yes.
I love your accent. Thank you so much, Hifsa. It was really powerful work. And everybody, please buy some of her books. She's got, how many books do you have published, Hifsa?
Yeah, right now these are 2 books are on Amazon, and I'm going to share the links as well in the chat. And let me stop sharing it, I think. And how to stop share this? I have no idea.
So I'll share it on our social media
Okay.
too. Try to get your sell some more of your books. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. So we're gonna move on to Rocky now. I'm going to disconnect from the TV, and we'll have the laptop right in front of Rocky, so he doesn't have to play it too
What's
often.
happening?
Thank you.
I'm trying to just close this, and I have no idea how to close it.
Hifsa, hover your cursor. You will see view options.
It's basically pause share. I have no idea. Okay, stop share. Okay, I think now it's yeah, I've done it.
All right. There we go.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Start. I'll,
Yeah, thank you.
your bio if you want. I mean, everybody.
And there are certain stories, when I was writing about all these stories, I cried a lot because these are real stories, especially domestic violence, mental health issues. I've written about child bride. I've written about honor killing. That is another issue in Pakistan. I've written about Islamophobia, that is, but refugees, Kashmir issue. Half Widows is my upcoming book.
For over
That
25
is
years,
about Kashmiri women. And climate change, I've written a few poems about that, refugee children, refugee mothers. So all these seem socio-political issues, and I face a few hate messages and empty threats about this, talking about these issues.
He is a
But
soul.
yes, it happened to me. So,
And
but
yeah,
I'm very strong.
Get
I
started?
think I can talk about all these things.
Is she on there? Is that...
Yeah, so they're seeing you.
Oh, I'm seeing her. And
You're
she's
seeing
me.
her, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sean. Thanks everybody for coming. Shai, you're getting closer and closer to the door. Oh, that's the perfect thing to say. All right. Haiku 2020, the year of the virus. On the bank door, must wear mask and gloves. Can we pack heat too? 10 birthday balloons tied to the chain link fence beside the prison. And I keep track of, I go to the Victor pub and I keep track of the F-bombs in that people use in there. And I have a scorecard. And if they do good, they get to take a little report card home and put it on their icebox. So don't let any of them know about this poem. My F-bomb in the graveyard, hearing grandmom turn over. You might know these guys. The Virgilio brothers could have been gangsters. Instead, they wrote haiku. Fortune cookie crumbs on the ground. Will both the birds and ants be lucky? The reopening of the Writers House to the old pharmacy becomes the new Writers House, dispensing poems. And this is for Lamont Steptoe, Philadelphia poet. The kamikaze pilot leaves a son who must learn the word deceased. The kamikaze pilot leaves a son who must learn the word deceased. And on a lighter note, the bear that stole beer and donuts at Big Bend, earned the name Homer Simpson. The haiku I forgot is much better than this one. On his white hoodie in black marker, love me while I'm still here. On his white hoodie in black marker, love me while I'm still here. And we are at this point just north of grandfather's old shipyard. I launch haiku. Now summer's coming and some of you are probably maybe going on swimsuit diets. Haiku diet, keep syllables to a minimum. All that's left on the shore movie marquee. All that's left on the shore movie marquee. A T and an A. Continuing down at the Jersey Shore. Down the shore, even my stopped watch starts to run. And does reaching up from the beach blanket for a beer count as a sit-up? And this for Sacred Heart Church. Next to mom at communion, the little girl wants a body of crust. The dead mouse, I actually say eek! That was a group. I think there was a group called Eek a Mouse, a music group. Slave ship Smaller shackles for the young. Slave ship. Smaller shackles for the young. Pueblo roof dance. The mother pats the drumbeat onto her baby's back. Pueblo roof dance. The mother pats the drumbeat onto her baby's back. And this I saw. Sign on highway. Professional brake jobs. Stop in if you can. The street where I grew up. Saying hi to a stranger. The street where I grew up. Saying hi to a stranger. Sign in Chinatown. Sign in Chinatown bathroom. Please close the door tenderly. If you guys leave, close the door tenderly. Couple more haiku. Maples in full color. Around the coffee mug, her red fingernails. And in the shadow of Sacred Heart Church here, this is for Michael Doyle and Renee Huggins, who used to run the Walt Whitman Center. The Irish priest tears the funeral car sign in half. Gives me the fun part. And the last haiku in this series. At the door to Whitman's tomb, one tarot card, the magician. At the door to Whitman's tomb, one tarot card, the magician. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Sean said I could read a few longer poems. So I have a few. This is for my friend. It's called Touching Home. Deep breath. My friend has ALS. It's hard to hit the ball when you're blind. So Dave's no iron horse, but he can write poems that have eyes and find the gap in right center. Dave sometimes goes long too, just like Lou, and sends a poem floating over the fence in deep center. And Dave passed away several years ago. This is his book, The Way Love Comes to Me. And this is one of his home runs. Spring fever. A basketball bounces by the pharmacy as I go in. Thin music from speakers overheard mixes with the almost B-flat hum of neon lights. A cashier, seeing I am blind, locks her register, grabs a basket, and leads me by the hand down narrow aisles. As we discuss best buys on Colgate toothpaste with fluoride, unscented stick deodorants, and 3-roll packs of 2-ply toilet paper. In my ears, my blood begins to prod. Condoms, condoms. And I say to her, I need batteries, 4 AA's. Condoms, condoms. condoms, and then let's check out the condom display. She stands on tiptoes to take down the box of 12 latex non-oxynol 9s, dips low to read me others that advertise ribs and dimples or flavors of mint and mandarin. Don't get the mandarin, she advises. Her hair brushing my hand as she stands up. The brand name Excita makes us laugh a little. And I get to talking about Ramses and all his offspring. And what kind of confidence would a name like that instill in someone looking for birth control? To nearby customers, it might seem as if we're lovers or very married. I wonder if we, I choose a pack of lifestyles. She puts them in the basket, and for just a moment, before we move toward the checkout line, they are ours. Love you, Dave. I got a lot of cards in the rehab place, but one of my favorite was my advice for feeling better. Drink plenty of fluids. Uh-huh. And I have a couple of friends did smuggle in beers to me, which was lovely. This is this month is Poetry Month, and this is for Joanne and Wendy. Spring ahead. They, the two women from the Jersey Shore, are turning out a poem a day for National Poetry Month. I am struggling to keep up with them, getting a haiku at the 11th hour the night before Easter. Easter Eve. My tired hand dusts off the Bible. Dave, who is saner than me, said he would write a poem on each even-numbered day in April. I don't think the women will let me get away with one haiku per day. I need lots more syllables. I need 100 puns and 1,000 frogs and a symphony of sounds. I need Bashel on speed. Calm down, Mr. Rocky. Whoops, wrong monkey. Calm down, Mr. Rocky. Take a deep breath. Thank you, Bongo. Here's a spring poem, I think. It's from my book, Dance With Me, chapbook, Moonstone Press, published last summer. After seeing David Parsons' mood swing, on the last day of winter, I dance out of the Miriam Theater, and three white-haired ladies clutch their pocketbooks a little tighter. On Spruce Street, I do a perfect Jeffrey Gribbler putty shot and ask the two men where they think I've been. To SeaWorld? A Baryshnikovian leap happily surprises two girls folding a flowered sheet in the window of a laundromat. The way home alternates between people stop and stare, they don't bother me, and my own version of mood swing. After dinner, I recall seeing the movie I Am a Dancer at an old theater on South Street. As he was dressing for rehearsal, Rudolph Nureyev turned toward the camera and said, "A man hasn't lived until he's put on a pair of tights." At some point in the movie, a little dam broke inside me. When the lights came up, a man touched my shoulder and said something about my passion. Not long after that, my father took me to the Danskin outlet store near Reading, and I bought my first pair of Amen. And one for my father. Blackberries. Now I have left behind the wail of my father's belt. No more, Dad, no more. Instead, I say, eat this. And his face softens. He's a bear of a man, strapping, the nurse says. He's never been in a hospital before. There were no wounds in the war. Here, Dad, have another one. Feeding him now, he who fed us, or at least paid for so many meals, for the crumb cake we got on Saturday morning from Ike, the Dugan bread man who had our last name, for the stuffed pork chops Mom always served with applesauce on the side, and the medium rare rib roast every Sunday. All that came from my father out hunting for places to sell his vast vault of colors for national aniline. He traveled on his powerful haunches at a gallop, almost as fast as a slow horse. My father in Pittsburgh at the Hotel Webster Hall, sweeping a lemon-crusted salmon up with his great paw. Now, Dad, I feed you blackberry after blackberry, and there is no growl left anywhere. Your tongue is almost purring here in the great berry patch along the Monongahela. Your pure white shirt becomes a perfect purple tie-dye, and your red and black tie a headband. The ex-hippie and the retired dyer at last creating a profit together. Wilson and Son, tie-dyes for the next Dead show. Perfect for a last dance. Boogie. For a last dance. Boogie. Oh boy. I think two more. This is called The Orioles Song. The boys took turns slamming the hard horse-skin spear into softly oiled cowhide. The cow ghost danced along the edges of the diamond, trailing precise white lines from the chalk house that was always home. The crowd cheered loudest for a runaway dog, while old men with cracked leathered necks spoke in tongues. Mini Minoso, Ferris Fane, Chico Carrasquel. The dirt always looked so healthy, like it could grow anything. Late that June night, he took her out, past the dirt, deep into the outfield grass. This is how I caught that liner Billy Humphries hit. Here I saw a toad lost track of the game and made a terrible error. Then the forgiving moon began to sing into them, and blood tides sang back. And here mosquitoes tried to relieve the pressure. The scoreboard never reflected everything. She saved him that night and, like the moon, disappeared. But baseball stayed and kept saving him. In the forever green, it held him, rocked him, pushed him toward home, down the ghost lines, around the horn, sacrificing, sliding, leaping, dancing off the bag, and dying. Then, at road's end, a redemptive foot spikes home, and through the dust and sweat, out past the dugout and stands, comes the faint smell of lilacs and the Orioles' song.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Wonderful, wonderful poetry. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, fabulous. Thank you.
Fabulous, yes.
Exactly.
Actually,
Thanks, Rocky.
I have another one. Okay. Oh, this is for it's dog walking season, you all know. By the park, by the park sign of do's and don'ts, one for the dogs. Grrr, bark, woof, good dog. That's a real sign by a dog park. Pas do. That means dance for two. Thank you, Punk. I'm sure nobody else knew that but you. On one of the birch branches by the river, a huge plastic bag swings in the wind. A parachute of light that somehow has brought Robert Frost down beside the Cooper River on the outskirts of Whitman's town. The good gray poet appears in his broad-brimmed hat. Come on, Frost cries, and up the birches they shimmy, up and up and up until the trees groan with and bow to the majesty of language. Whitman cannot resist a barbaric yelp. All right, guys, you'll get a chance. Whitman cannot resist a barbaric yelp, while Frost forsakes his stoic New England silence and makes a kind of kaya yippee sound. The two poets embrace. They have much in common. Frost has lost a young son, Whitman a nephew named after him. Whitman has died in 1892 at 6:43 p.m. on Frost's 18th birthday. Now, Walt can help Robert blow out candles all over the world. They could sing the songs of the open road not taken. They could climb onto the roof of a sugar house in New Hampshire and get tipsy on the smell of boiled down sap. They can ride the Staten Island ferry and make jokes about New Jersey, but not Camden. They can attend a Red Sox Yankee game and make freaky things happen. Whitman loved baseball. They can be glad they could swing on birches and lay down in fields of grass. And they can be glad they had the chance to write on cave walls with pieces of charcoal. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Yee-hoo! Thank you.
Thank you, Rocky.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. So you can stay right here. I'm not going to make you move because I know you have like a broken hip and everything. So we're going to move this over to the end of the table, and we'll have like the open mic portion over here first. And so whoever, we don't have a list or anything. Does anybody want to volunteer themselves?
BJ.
I don't want to point.
Yeah, BJ's a haiku expert.
Yeah? Okay. Who wants to go first? We do. So my plan is to have the
let's bring people up.
bring people up, and we're going to. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Good. And then I will reconnect. I will reconnect this to the TV so we can see the Zoom open mic people when they come back up. Good. You would like to go first? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You're up. You're standing,
sure.
so you might as well.
Right, exactly.
Just do like a 5-minute time limit for each.
Sure. What do I hit him with after 5 minutes?
You don't have a big mallet or nothing, Mongo?
No, darn.
This is a poem I wrote many years ago about the great Martin Luther King. And I remember this. I watched you suffer as a man as you stood for freedom and equality. The boycott and a hero named Parks. She would not give up her seat, never afraid to tip the cart. Oh, how she felt that heat, gushing water and the awful dogs. I sat there watching it all. I felt shameful. It was wrong. That nobody cared what they saw. The glorious march, when the how you sang, when the whole world made a noise. The prize you won in the name of peace. And I thought of God, what next? Martin lived a nonviolent life. His legend will live on. It never ends for this man of peace. His legacy has begun.
Woo! All right.
I wrote a short poem. I really don't know what haiku is, but it goes like this. Echo in the woods, my father's voice, my own. Thank you. Lost in the storm, falling from their eyes, pain drops. That's right. Hosted by a galaxy of stars, of stars, catching the night of day, moon shadow. All right, thank you. Okay.
You want to go next, Henry?
Okay.
All right.
Henry, you should be the 8.
The first thing I want to do is something that I just recorded. I have this program called Live Transcribe, and you'll see. Open Live Transcribe. Sometimes it doesn't on it. It says on it. Taking a while here. Working on it. Let's try it again. Ah, there it is. Okay. Well, so I'm practically deaf, I think. But so in an attempt to understand our first poet, I turned this on, and at some point I started reading what it wrote. So I'm going to just read these sentences, and you can think of Kerouac if you want. This song is about, I can send him off his face. Outside the office now, play songs. Outside the office, sounds. I can send him off his face. Outside the office now, play songs. I think I'll let that go at that. Meanwhile, I've been sort of writing poems, I call them haiku, during a time of virus, and randomly. The ref pulls off his face mask, calls face mask. On this clear day, you can see forever. We must stay at home. Birthday party. Around the table. No mask. I sit upwind. Christmas dinner. Zoom around the table. Pass the megapix host. In low winter light, seeds of our discontent bloomed in darkness. Full moon, the wolf in me. Owls! Still there. Snow quiet, slowly drifting into a dream. Snow quiet, slowly drifting into a dream. Morphine, her last breath, the look in her eyes. Mom. Morphine, her last breath, the look in her eyes. Ah, in the garden, in this garden actually, in the garden, I hear my whistle, mockingbird. Thoughts unlinked, falling snow. At dusk, or musk, my tusk. Playing on an empty stage, the ghost light. Anyway, if you don't know, when there's one light on a stage and nothing's going on, it's called a ghost light. Usually on a stand and it's really bright. One big bulb many times. Anyway, I've seen that. I've made them. At my age, it's one haiku after another. And under her sweater, goosebumps. This one's after Fleetwood Mac song. Undone, each button and hook, stairway to heaven. And the Easter palm, Rocky. Between chewing fat and finding eggs, hunger moon. And at last, when we kiss everyone we've ever kissed. Thank you.
Woo!
Nice.
Thanks.
I would like to say, Henry, I've had this for a couple of years, and Henry is the first person. He walked in here and said, a healing coo. Because Henry's mom was from Scotland. Henry knows about the healing coo.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Healing coo.
DJ, you want to go next?
Okay.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you want to go?
Well, you are, but that's
Okay.
Could you take off your face mask?
Take off your face, right? To take off my glasses to see. Let's see. Oh, I do have to take off my glasses to see. And put my face mask down. I've written exactly one haiku, I think, this whole year.
What?
Wow.
You're
Yeah.
fired.
You? I have been a lump. Now let's see, where did I put it? Right here. And I can enlarge it too so I can see it. I wasn't sure about sharing this, but I need to. Hand tucked in pocket. White cop relaxes his knee on black victim's neck. A hand tucked in pocket. White cop relaxes his knee on black victim's neck. And let me see. I have a couple here that I pulled up, thinking of Alzheimer's disease. I've had a couple of aunts and uncles that have had Alzheimer's, so it's been an adventure.
Counting syllables helps you with that.
I know. In the nursing home, having a conversation, complete gibberish. In the nursing home, having a conversation, complete gibberish. This one made me happy. This actually happened. Uncle Bob.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Returning from Mars, he walks the speed line platform in the nursing home. That's returning from Mars. He walks the speed line platform in the nursing home. And when I leave here today, I'm going to stop at Tonewood.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah. Now where's that one? I think it's here. Nope. Oh dear, maybe I'm not. Well, I am going to stop there, but oh wait, I think I know where it is. Because I just wrote it. Nope. Well, I'll have to share it later. Come back up when you find it. Okay. Oh, I know right where it is. Never mind. Because I did a screenshot. There we go. I'm a string theory geek. And they have a beer called String Theory, and I've been looking for it, haven't been able to find it in the liquor store. So I'm going to pick some up there. They have it. So I have a whole list of haiku here. I'll just read one or two. A series I call God, the Cosmos, and String Theory. Celestial music, the birth of the universe, played on dancing strings. Celestial music, the birth of the universe, played on dancing strings. And let's see, I'll just read one other one. Apples devoured. Human mind perceives the strings. Original sin. Apple devoured. Human mind perceives the strings. Original sin. That's it. And I will be drinking my string theory tonight.
All right.
Thanks, EJ.
We'll see you at Tonewood.
That's right. That's wonderful.
Yeah, tell Eli.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope our mic is picking up well here. Going into the pandemic and flowing into the incredibly ridiculous political world we've lived in. Shutdown. The bunnies at Nana's are lonely. Holiday kitchen, baking memories into every dish. Writer's block, the perfection of that empty page. Valentine's Day 2020. Year of no parties, we slow dance in the kitchen. Down the stairs to make breakfast, catch tango in my feet. On waves of virus and violence, adrift, bereft. Winter escape, I pour sunshine into my margarita. There's so many plane trains and all. Yeah. Mother's criticism, pouring salt into the soup. Lava lamp, the ways we lace together. Time, like a river, is. Conspiracy theories, so many termites under the house. Tipping his head, the cat favors my finger with his favorite cat. Police delivered 14 shots, red-winged blackbird. Officer defending the neighborhood, red-tailed hawk. COVID test, waiting for results, election. And finally, updrafts lifting the heron to the clouds.
Oh.
Anybody else want to share a few poems or a poem?
Suzanne, come on.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Hi, Rocky.
Hey, Suzanne. Thanks for coming. Oh, that's your poem.
Yep.
Oh, I never thought of that.
My first one. So I wrote this poem this morning about spring, but it doesn't have a title. So if anybody wants to volunteer one, let me know. Oh, does that mess everything up?
No,
We'll just make sure it doesn't.
just want to make sure.
Hi, lady over in Pakistan. Okay. There were two sparrows in the sycamore tree, and a cardinal on top of the oak, and the robin on the roof, and then a third sparrow. Soon, the cardinal, after gigging its Doppler song on the morning, left, because that's how they are. The sparrows, too, sought flight, but the robin remains, tilting its delicate neck and keen maternal eyes towards the next worm, near the abandoned treehouse, now cloaked in a cape of moss. The forsythia, wrapped in a cool morning mist, dripped like the giving sun, and like me stood amazed and watched as the tulips and daffodils, I swear, were dancing the Lindy, especially when no one is watching. And a rose bush filled out like a teenager who doesn't want to cut his hair for another year. Yes, another year. And I thought to myself, it must be spring. It must be spring. Thank you.
It must be spring. Woo!
Do we have anybody else who wants to share a poem or a few poems? Cassie? Awesome.
I'd like to share when you get to a spot.
You like the Huxley poetry reading?
Yeah.
I've got some as well.
Never encourage a poet. I thought it would be interesting to read a poem from last April and then one from this April, just to see how the year has marked us. Last April, Inside Outside World, 1919. Though the grass took on a hallucinatory glow. Was it the year we stopped believing in unstoppable spring? Not yet. Our happiness outpaced events. We pressed on, letter by letter, wrote another ending, believed it. We forgot to wake up the groundhog, the goddess, goldenrod, Soledado, journey work of a star, tribe of asters, sweeps, prairie and savannah, falls, sands, finally radiates. Alabama trades her for the camellia, where she grows.
Yes. Oh, Alabama, without her, how will the children know when it's time to go back to school? 2020, a raw wind rakes over the earth, visible first in the thrash dance of leaves. Consider these miraculous, permeable lungs and friend, menace, enemy, sustenance. Will we recall the ways we spent the lost days? Don't forget to wake up. And so April, Poetry Month, of course. It's so nice to read the chorus of the dog in the background. So a good time to read poems about poetry. And this is my Ars Poetica. Before the Irish people start snickering, that's ours, not ours. It's not going to happen this time. It's the thought that comes every time. And the heart, chastened but not surprised, begins to put away the plates and the charming serving dish shaped like a seashell, extinguishes the candle, puts on its pajamas, coyly called loungewear, and debates whether to take up the hefty biography it was reading in bed or watch a superhero flick like Ant-Man to take its mind off things in general. When the first line slips in through the back screen door that can't close all the way and comes up smelling of rain. I'll just close with a haiku that I was inspired to remember by Rocky's haiku about the brake shop. A sign, psychic wanted, inquire within. A sign, psychic wanted, inquire within.
And by the way, we got special Dugan for all the kids.
Did you?
They're raising bread, I'm sure.
Okay, I just have one poem. Turns out it was, I just gotta take it. It was on St. Patty's Day, 2017. It was the 1 year anniversary from that. Okay.
Gotta speak up to the mic or grab you.
Okay. So anyway, so sometimes, you know, you just have one word and like all these images come to mind. Okay. So like for instance, if I said Rocky,
What?
if I said bongo, all of a sudden these images come together. Okay. So I'm sitting around thinking one day, right? And this word comes to mind. Burns. And so I'm thinking beats and poetry. I'm thinking January, freezing cold, and haggis. Which I one time ate. But probably will never do it again. So anyway, that's just a little introduction. And so anyway, so this word burns started coming to me. And then like, you know how like you know, like when you think of something and then everywhere you go, you see that word or something, right? So next thing you know, I'm seeing the word burns, right? Like on, well, they're not really bumper stickers, you know what I mean? But they're like on the back of cars and stuff like that, right? And it's like really freaking me out. So anyway, so I was sitting around one day and so I wrote this poem. It's called Burns. No, not the one you're thinking of. Burns Honda. The waiting room. People bring in Dunkin' Donuts and Wawa coffee for company. The Starbucks machine is around the corner. Face is lost in cell phones and laptops. One person is actually reading a book about television. A woman is sorting out her bills on high top. An old man walks by very slowly, holding the sports page. Gentle coughing and elevator music. Voices off in the background. Tile floors and echoes. Lonely boy with low socks and foot unconsciously shaking. Everyone is comfortably nervous. Pretty pregnant woman walks by and laughs quietly to herself. The baby is happy. Large American flag waves in the parking lot. Employees shuffle in and greet a coworker. Good morning, breaking the thick cloud of everyone's interesting silence. Very studious, well-dressed woman walks confidently, marching with precision time into a destination. Must be in finance. Me, I'm in between getting here and getting out, while my impatient pen can't sit still.
Anybody else who hasn't read yet? Like to read the poem?
Sean Leach hasn't read yet.
I'll do one quick one. We got another audience member again. Hey, buddy. It's okay. We've got a pit bull next in the yard next by it. I'll just do one haiku that I wrote. As I place my hand onto Nick's gravestone, sap sticks to my fingertips. As I place my hand onto Nick's gravestone, sap sticks to my fingertips. And I'm just gonna connect this to the TV again and see if there's still people on here. I see there are some.
Yes.
There's still people here. Hi.
Hi.
We have some who want to read.
Doing
Yes, some of
the
us want to read.
open mic portion.
I know Karen and I do. I don't know if any of the other.
All right. So if you guys can do me a favor and put your name in the chat if you'd like to read in the open mic, if you haven't done so already.
Okay.
Okay. So I recognize some people here. We've got Karen Harvey from Wales.
Wales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's late for you.
Very well, not very. It's 8:30 in the evening.
8:30. Would you like to read some poems?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it.
How many minutes or how many poems? About
5
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, I've got a few written out. Okay. Seasonal one first. Snowman with a drip on the end of his nose. Spring thaw. Searching higher than her top notes. Nightingale. Long distance romance. Reaching out to you on Zoom. I live on the coast in Wales. I swim in the sea most days, right through the winter. So some of these are to do with the sea. Rolling with the white tipped waves, wild swimming. Surfing, sorry, I should be reading them twice. Rolling with the white tipped waves, wild swimming. Surfing the net, I ready myself for the next wave. Bowled over by the waves, I hardly know which way is up. Self-portrait, getting to know myself a little better. Self-portrait, getting to know myself a little better. And I'll just finish with this one. New pond on the development. Frog wanted. New pond on the development. Frog wanted. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. All right, who's next? I saw Barry Levine wanted to read. You with us?
Hi. Oh, thank you, Sean. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
where you're from, where you're at.
Okay, sure. Well, greetings from Boston. And I started to write haiku a couple of years ago, and it has been so life affirming to me. It has totally changed my life. So I have some haiku and then just a short sequence, if I could read that. Okay. Family plot, my DNA already buried. Family plot, my DNA already buried. Box seat at the theater, I am Juliet. Box seat at the theater, I am Juliet. Spring thaw, the glint of coins I lost in winter. Spring thaw, the glint of coins I lost in winter. Old lightkeeper dreaming in the language of fog. Old lightkeeper dreaming in the language of fog. Evening jog, my neon safety vest and chance a firefly. Evening jog, my neon safety vest and chance a firefly. Just a few more.
Brilliant.
Western wall, breath of God between the stones. Western wall, breath of God between the stones. Yerga shefe, flow of the word through my morning coffee. Yerga shefe, flow of the word through my morning coffee. A camera flash steals the moonlight from the river. A camera flash steals the moonlight from the river. Pandemic dream, the Paris cafe in her takeout cup. Pandemic dream, the Paris cafe in her takeout cup. And just a couple more. The stranger in line pays my fare, sudden tears. The stranger in line pays my fare, sudden tears. Sunrise, a crow holds the night in its wings. Sunrise, a crow holds the night in its wings. And a little bit of meta haiku. White noise, a blank page of haiku. White noise, a blank page of haiku. And thank you, everybody. I can't think of a better thing to do than spend an afternoon with poets. I have a sequence, if I still have time. It's called Broom Clean. And I just want to say that my mom died at age 99 when I was age 70. And I am the most grateful person in the world to have had my mom for like my whole life. Okay. Broom clean. Closing the family homestead. My brother insists on a dumpster. Dad's easy chair, big enough for a bear of a man. Evenings in Paris. My mother's dreams arranged on the dresser. Dad's workshop. Greasy smudges on the how-to books. Night table. So many secrets to being a woman. Coin wrappers scattered in the drawer. Dad needed more time. my mother's deco brooch, pinning on her diamond light. Thank you.
Thank you for that. That was lovely.
Thank you.
Very moving.
Okay. Up next, we have Mark Coverdale from Camden, London, to Camden, New Jersey.
Wow.
Mark, with us?
Hi, folks.
Hi.
Hey, this is awesome.
Yeah. We're twins. All right.
Yeah, twin cities, neighborhoods.
Oh, brilliant. All right. Yeah, I've got a bit of a series, haiku series, which is a bit of work in progress, but it's about my walk along the Regent's Canal here in Camden, London. So hope you enjoy. The pidgecack hits the Regents, oiling ducks with industry. Hand blows from under the cooing bridge. Mannequins rust from within. Another wonk on a sinking straightener, a Tomb Raider throw-up declared. Dapple, that's where the punks used to sit. Lament the filterless camel. Gloss railing slowly exposed. The cost of a brew winks the phosphorus. Hat tips and nods all gone. I'll just walk on fucking water then. Long for a bin fire in the bite. A goose fight on the dodge line. Something in the air, the deadwood wafts past indigo. Some fingerless pick sides in temporary, a nose for the real sticky. The sarcastic train warms the nizzle, lungs fill, something serious. Blues and twos pick the bijou, it's all meant to be organic. Some gobs need disc brakes. I finally catch lighting up time. Morning, hard hat Red Bull rummage, those with fronts smoke out the laundry. Helvetica elms stand italics, deceased cleaners fill the vacuum. A bronchial in socks takes over the puddle. 3 men remove Christmas. Telescope Victoriana glints eastwards. Last night's rain on the stainless leg. All wrapped up in a mint puffer, a pransack deflated Casey nestles, lowing. Scots Pine Massacre, horrible debate, work marching the migraine mile. Temporary boarded constitution, that suitcase used to go to Europe. Ducks to chew dog ends, iced, contemplate the new continent. Sheepdogs on the wrong job, I miss a rubber sole, a cat ignores its call. A moorhen sees over the angle grind, a flower finger drawn on. The matched outdate the flip phone, weather dressed in grey top knots. Walk one path you've never walked before. Yeah, all right, sunscreen. The tools are getting wet. And I'll skip to the end because it's quite a long thing. Dressage steps, the bounce of a signet in gym gear, fluffed up for mating season. A can pops from a shirtless, a chipboard pool table down pockets a downpour. Gone the fighting weather, the sun flubs on flags, uneven. Community fleeces, past the snoggers cold, we all bruise and contribute. I wonder the miles to Camden, New Jersey. I wear me jumpers, no frogs. A melting couplet by the Extractor sing. What a way to start the day. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So we've got Eva Zemet from Vermont. You still with us, Eva?
Yes, I am.
All right. Hello.
Hi. So I'm coming to you from central Vermont. I'm reading I'm reading a few, a couple of these are from a book I just had published, and a couple of them are new or more recent. Okay, here's one celebrating spring in Vermont, because it comes a little late here. Everybody else already has flowers blooming and not here. Okay, so it goes like this. Gray mulch from last year's debris, crocuses bust through. So that's about as sweet as I get. Then it goes sideways from there. I am a one-eyed witch looking at what you've done, making it worthwhile. No, actually, I wasn't kidding when I said our house is on fire. Why does it hurt so much to just live and breathe? Please come and hold me. The vine has tender roots. If you clip them just right, they will not grow back. And some of these are, well, a lot of them are about trauma and various angles. From the point of view of the Dharma wheel turning, everything's turning. More likely than not, a rock will stay where it's put. A person might choose. Hey, friend, you're here now, but even when you're away, friendship will linger. And then I have 2 haibun. Would that be allowed? Haibun is a form that ends with a haiku, but it starts with a little prose paragraph.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that came from an authority. I don't know where that voice came from.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever called me an authority before, but yes.
Go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, love to hear it.
I have 2 haibun. This one is refugee. It's about, because I work with refugees, and this is about a refugee experience. It's called Zainab in the Garden. She rocked on sea and found her land legs in the garden, where she prays and digs her nails into the black earth that matches her skin and proves she survived. Soothing earth. The greens also do not let go of the earth lightly, as if to part with meaning, a nudge to say till later. Her lover circles her waist and takes her hand in hers. Inside, they bunch the sorrel and salt the radishes and eat together and dignify the passage, enduring the tilt and yaw of dancing water, the collect of stars. And I can share that so you see what it looks like, what haibun look like. I forgot to do that to the other ones. Here's another one. Sloppy speech rained and rained, stained propaganda, when what we need is props to the disciples, those who are still listening, those who do want to find the wisdom of not knowing. I turned off the sound, easy. The tenets of the lineage tell us non-attachment. How about them non-attachments? The flinging of one's raggedy self toward non-attachment. Compare attachment. My bullshit whiffer whiffs. Whiff, whiff, whack. Switch, switch back. Clap, clap back. Piff, piff back. Pitch, pitchfork. Call, call back. If you know, you know. Unsuspecting, do we right and wrong? Is it so, just So, consuming satisfaction ahead of time, hedge fund feeling when fullness tips to ill and cries with overwhelm and salty tears parch those on whom they fall. Unsuspecting, they oversalted their future, but left some for us. That's all I got.
Thank you. All right, up next we have, I believe it's David Oates. You still with us?
Yes,
Where are you joining us from?
Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
Let me start my stopwatch so I don't abuse the privilege. Late winter. After this storm, spring? Dropped sandwich. Hope the dog likes mustard. First butterfly, once again, that exact yellow. 6 months dead, yet each day I hear him. Wrigley Fields, the sparrow hangs on the flyball net. Sixth grade crush, pencil eraser shreds on ruled paper. Pandemic, suddenly aware of all he touches. After the bombing, trying to find his glasses. Sunset, the patterned tree limbs cut in the sky. 80-year-old, no, the interest in women doesn't die. January evening, the pimp says no to a scarf. TSA line, he reaches under his shirt with his deodorant. His mask over mouth and nose, his fly gapes. Under siege, carrying water from the sea to flush the toilet. One thing at least open to all classes, view of the moon. Each blackberry its own mixture of flavors, sweet, sour, bitter, and blackberry. On the desk of the guidance counselor, unicorn statue. Poor old feet, thanks for carrying me this far. She talks about the union and her husband, both gone. Moonless night, the sound of wind through unseen leaves. These wildflowers, they'd be weeds next door. Winter dusk, finding the glasses I wear to look for my glasses. 60-year-old when he hears back in black, his lower lip juts. Thank you, Lemon, for helping me find this cut. She calls John, Jim, Tom, then points, you know who I mean. Paper plane that won't fly, daydream. The sound when the dragon spots you, in-breath. This one's a quote. I've got Charlie's boarding pass and I'm fixing to go through TSA. I know. Once again, the detective's love interest lasts one book. Trump on TV, a boy says, there's Grandpa, time for a haircut. Not long dead, the dog who feared thunder, 4th of July. South Carolina, huge fireworks store, gas and cigarettes. South Carolina Sunday, shock cords hold the beer cooler shut. Sign on a truck, certified, farm-raised Arkansas minnows. Dusk, the sky-lit creek shines through the trees. Moving into the dorm, her mom follows with a little fridge on a cart. Haunting earworm, even if you don't love me anymore. After Dad's death, playing all the voicemails from him. Thank you.
Excellent.
Bravo, bravo.
That's excellent. Thank you very much.